Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Inventing Magic. My guest this month is the one and only Michael Carbonaro. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
All right, I explained the show to you before we started, so we're just going to jump into it. I'm going to start a 1 hour timer now.
Okay.
Boom. Hey.
All right. So this is how it happens.
And you and I have jammed before, but
We've jammed
never
before.
formally on camera. Um, but you frequently jam with other magicians, which is cool.
Yeah, that's right. Usually under pressure, which is like not fun. Although we have a timer, so I guess we're under pressure again.
It's not pressure as much as it's like a fun parameter. Because I'm
It's
sure
smart.
if you and I jammed for 2 hours, we'd come up with something better than if we did 1 hour.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. But the pressure you speak of, would it be more of like time pressure or network pressure, or what are you referring to the pressure you used to?
Yeah, I think I'm a kind of like I've got like tr post-traumatic stress disorder from having to like turn out so much so fast and like
Yeah.
creativity being put on the like under the gun. So that gets to a point where it's like it's just brutal and really not fun.
Yeah.
So going past the not fun has been not fun. But like in my touring show, I love to get to jam on something and like take time and
Yeah.
explore it and
That's cool.
yeah.
Yeah, because how much testing did you really have time for your show?
Action.
Wow.
I mean, yeah. In the magic room, we would play with stuff and then be like, give it a shot.
Man, oh man. But
Yeah.
with a bunch of people,
Sometimes the day, and like and the producers would be mad because it would be like, guys, get your stuff together. I'm like, this is how we're gonna figure it out is today. I know it's a shoot day, but we need today to like figure this out. There was one bit we did that we only got to shoot it once on one mark because it took the entire day to just figure out how we were gonna do it, and it was great.
oh my God, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's a fun pressure. So
Yeah.
much lower stakes today. This is nothing.
Yeah. It's funny though, I still sweat though.
No, no, I
See,
mean,
I was interested in doing this with you because you're such a joyful, giving, creative person.
well, I
It's always positive and it's always excited and
well, I think it's fun. I think that's the secret mission of this podcast is to show people how much fun this can be. Not that
yeah, I'm
people
here to
think it's
learn that.
not fun, you know,
Yeah. Okay.
but and the
So what do we
people,
do? We pick a subject out of the hat? We know
yeah.
it's magic.
Yeah, I mean, we can just talk around magic for the first half, and then if we start talking about one category or thing, then we can kind of
Okay.
hone in on it. And like I said, I'll give you like time check-ins, so we're not,
Okay. Okay.
but I mean like different episodes, it's different every time, so which is fun too. So
Great.
I would say I mainly, when I first thought about jamming with you, I think of stage work, but now I'm sitting here realizing, holy crap, the show we were just referencing was, would you mainly consider that close up or like
So
television?
funny. Yeah, and I don't consider myself a close-up person at all, but yeah, so much of the stuff on the show is close-up. It's like
Right.
close up at a counter
I
doing
didn't
stuff.
even think about that.
But
So, because I think of you as a stage performer.
yeah, I think of myself as a stage performer, but it's true. There was a lot of little ditties.
Do you do a lot of camera work in your stage show right now?
I try to keep the camera work low.
Cool.
I have iMag, but
Yeah.
I try to keep it, only when you absolutely need it to like
Yeah.
catch, whether it's a card or a number or a tattoo at one point,
That's
we zoom
cool.
in to show it. But other than that, I kind of like try to be an advocate for like we're here alive in this room.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I same way. And then I recently just I've been touring a bunch of cruise ship material and I put the show together in LA, which was 60 minutes of that, which you were nice enough to come look at.
Oh
And
yeah.
that 60 minutes, it was like the week before.
You were up on this like 9 foot stage. We were like, there he is.
But like I bought a projection screen and
For
was
that
gonna
room?
for that room and was
Oh,
gonna install it if I felt like camera was needed and iMac was needed. And at
yeah.
the end of it, of all the material, there was like one trick that maybe needed it, and we just cut that trick
Oh,
because it
okay.
was like, let's do the
Yeah, no,
show
it definitely didn't
without
need
it.
it.
you know.
Yeah.
I'm
What
with
what would
you.
have needed IMAG in that room? Were you gonna do like a colonoscopy trick?
Yeah, yeah. Like the angle you guys were all at was already perfect.
Yes.
That's a funny idea to use like a micro camera.
Micro camera. Yeah.
That's
I like
cool.
that.
That's really cool for
You can like
iMac.
go inside your brain
For
to see
like
the thought
what was that
patterns.
show? The school bus, the Magic School Bus, where it's
Oh
like
yeah.
it's like that'd be cool for Blaine to do if he did like some of his swallowing stuff that's real, you know?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Because
And
like so many
horrible.
people watch him do that and they're like,
I
there's no way.
thought, did Penn and Teller do something with a?
I'm sure they did. That's
Yeah,
probably
I'm
what they
sure they
call.
did. But wait, and I know, well, Copperfield did the thing with like the sonogram once.
Oh my God, you're right. I
Right.
don't
I'm
think a
sorry. We
lot
should
of
have
people
mentioned that.
saw that. How do
And I
you know
think
about that?
because I've been watching David my whole life. I saw it on tour.
Oh, cool.
Tour.
Tour on
I say
tour.
tour, and then Handsome Jack always yells at me, it's tour.
That's so funny. Speaking of Handsome Jack, you've worked with really smart people. Do you, like, for your show, do you work with the same crew that you did on the show, like for your live tour, or do you
Live
mainly work on
tour,
it by yourself?
I call the same people to
Yeah.
like ask questions and stuff like that, but the live stuff is pretty much by myself.
Hmm. That's
Yeah.
cool. That's super cool.
And yeah, and I jam with John Ferrantino, who's a comedy magician from Long Island.
That's
We
awesome.
jam. He's got just great ideas for like practical shit that works in the room. Are we
Yep.
swearing on the show?
Yeah, you unlim whatever you want to say. This is
Whatever you want to do.
yeah.
Unlimited, nude,
Yeah.
hardcore.
We'll let YouTube be the judge of how this gets filtered.
Okay. Although
Um,
I do a children's show. I don't do a children's show, but I
do
do an
you
all ages show.
I was gonna say, do you curse on stage?
No.
No, I didn't think so.
If it's a 21 plus room, I have this great joke where I say, I'll do something that I just like, wait, oh, it's okay. There's no kids in this room, right? My adult show is pretty much the same as my kid show, except that I say fuck right here. And that's my only
Damn,
joke. Can't use
damn.
that.
I never curse on stage. It's like an
No.
autopilot, and
You curse in life, Disney man?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like normal, but I think depending on the setting and who I'm around. I grew up in
Yeah.
Indiana, so I feel like
What was
my
the first trick that made your like mouth drop and go like, whoa, when you were a kid and you saw magic?
I saw a Pizza Hut magician when I was 8 years old, and I'd never seen a magician before. So I was like,
But what was the thing? What was like the first thing that like the physics breaking thing that went, what?
I can't remember a specific trick. That's a good question. I have
We're
such a
gonna
bad
hypnotize you.
memory.
We'll have to hypnotize you and figure that out.
It's buried somewhere. I remember that my family really loved this magician's name was Mark Lehman from Indiana. Still is his name.
Still is his name.
Yes, yes, not was. And he performed around town at the Pizza Huts. And I just remember that my parents and family at social gatherings, like when I would do a trick, they all would like have team meetings about trying to figure out his tricks. And that was really cool to me. Like, oh, these adults are like,
Oh wow.
they don't
Team
know.
meetings.
Yeah, like I do a little card trick, and then all my aunt and uncle and grandma and
Yeah.
grandpa and my mom and dad would sit around like, hey, remember the last time we saw Mark? He did this trick. Like, what do we all think on that? And I was like,
Oh
what?
wow.
Like, it'd be cool to fool them like that. I think that was the newspaper trick had them forever. Like that I remember was a
The
specific
Tornado Sword?
torn and restored. It was like not to, I mean, this is where we're talking about secrets and stuff on this podcast without giving away like other people's material. But in general, the newspaper trick, I think my whole family knew there were two, but like we,
Wait, what?
I know, but they
Not how
couldn't
I do it.
figure out where the extra one went. And it was the Gene Anderson handling that I later
It's
learned.
so funny that when people have that solution, but then they don't have the one thing, like you just said, that like, well, I know there's two, but I don't know where the other one goes. I'm like, well, then you don't know.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't know. You don't know what it is.
But that was so interesting to me because they said they were fooled. They're like, we're fooled because we don't know where the other one goes. They weren't like, we're
Yeah,
fooled because we don't know how the paper went back together.
yeah. I think when I first saw the Torn and Restored paper, and it was the Gene Anderson. I didn't think there was two, and I
Oh,
just thought there was because it was so visual the way the pieces just look like they're falling and healing
yes.
that I
Yes.
just thought there was some secret. Like I knew it wasn't magic, but there was some secret to how you could get pieces to fall and connect like that.
That's cool. How old? Do you remember how old you were and what trick it was for
I was
you?
40.
This was last week.
Yes, I gosh, let me think. Probably like 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where did you grow
I
up?
have this I Long Island.
Oh, nice.
And I had this great magic shop in Long Island called the Magic Shop,
Jealous.
and great dudes at that shop,
That's
man,
cool.
showed me everything, and it was
Dude.
so special. And I had a lot of those jaw-dropping moments in that store, and but I have this like core memory of the first time, and it's similar to like pizza, like it was a library Easter magic situation, like breakfast with the Easter Bunny or something, and there was a magician there, and I was like, what is that?
Yeah.
And I actually don't think he ever did what I thought he was going to do, or maybe he did it, but it he and I've later in life found it was that I think it's like a prop that it's a disc of glass that you push a dove through the
What?
hole. Do you know this thing?
No, that sounds
Okay,
awesome.
it's like a silhouette. It's
Okay.
there's a lot of words in magic I think we've all read and never said out loud. Like
Silhouette?
I used to say like foliard, like for
Yes.
foulard, because I would read that in all these catalogs, like the foliard. You would take a foliard and put a ball under it.
Is it
So that's
pronounced
foulard.
Fallard?
It's foulard. I thought so.
I'm learning on this podcast.
Oh, okay. Oh, maybe. Well, we'll have to check on that. Get Noah on it.
No, Noah,
Um,
could you please go over the pronunciation of these
of
words?
foulard, foulard,
Oh my God.
foliard. Uh, But anyhow, it was this like little stand that held a piece of round glass, like a pizza pie disc of glass.
Yeah.
But it had some funky frame situation, much like mirror penetration thing.
Yeah.
And I remember him like taking a ball and bouncing it back and forth. And I was like, oh my God, he's gonna bounce that ball through the glass back and forth. And I was like, oh my God. And I don't think he ever actually did that. But there was some penetration that he did do that
Like,
just forgotten about. But I
oh,
more remember
interesting.
like the magic of maybe he was just gonna, in the same free way that he bounced that ball back and forth from palm to palm, he was gonna put the glass between it and just go bounce, 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 and it was gonna go through the glass.
That's great. How cool that your memory of something, you remember the trick you wanted it to be.
Yeah, my whole life,
Was that what?
I remember things as I wanted them to be.
Oh my God. But he didn't do that trick? But that's not a trick.
Nope. And if he did, I don't remember. It's so strange. I more remember. I was like probably like 3 or 4. I was really little.
But he set it up so
He
clearly.
set it up by showing that thing, and then he
Yeah.
showed the ball bouncing like this. And I think there was some kind of hole or like hole in the frame. And again, later I've seen in catalogs, like in life, like recently, even like over the last 3 years, where I'm like, that might be the trick. And it looks like it's something where you push a dove through glass.
Oh, cool. So maybe he
Little
just
fella.
pushed the ball through
Maybe he did.
because
I don't know.
it sounds like that's more doable than like what
See
you're
if
imagining.
Noah can find the magician that performed at the Connecticut Public Library on Easter in 1941.
Oh my God. That's amazing. That's cool
Yeah.
though.
Well, that would be cool. I mean, is that a start of an idea right
That's
there? I
it.
mean,
That's great. Well, even
that's
that,
pretty.
like 1,000 feet in the air, I love that. Just this, like you establishing some action or motion, and then you introducing a new
Yeah.
equation. And like this is like super general speaking, but like you're doing this thing
It would be
easily.
like putting the pencil through the penetration frame, then putting the glass in,
Yes.
then stabbing the pencil through.
Yes. But like if you had a pencil penetration frame, you took a piece of paper, you slid it in, and you were like stabbed it. Look how easily I just stabbed this paper. And then all you did was put glass in. You would give the audience that feeling of like, no way. Like
Oh, is he about to
if he's
do?
about to do the same thing
Right.
we just saw him do, that's
Right.
gonna blow my mind. But then, to your memory, you never do it. You're just,
Well, we figured that one out.
you're just like,
You leave them wanting it
Yeah,
and
that,
constructing a life of could have beens.
that's funny.
That's going to be my new tour. It's called Could Have Been.
Could have been. I
Uh,
have this horror story of years ago was doing a show and the closer was a confab. And it was
yeah.
just like back of a chair load into an envelope, reveal everything. And the cue was my assistant would put the chair out. Classic. So I just saw the chair and I was like, now I know.
Oh
Chair never
yeah.
chair never came out. Chair never
She
came
died.
out. So I reviewed this is the finale. And I
Oh,
reviewed everything with everybody. I was like, okay, one more time. What was the
oh my God.
place? Who was the, da, 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 just to give the person maybe they missed it, said it all again, looked
Oh,
over,
oh, I see. Maybe they need a little more.
no chair.
No chair.
So, 60-minute show at minute 60, I was probably over. I was like, I went and grabbed the envelope and I was like, now, if I opened this envelope and inside was everything you guys just said, you'd maybe talk about it for a couple days or a week. If I never opened this envelope, you all would talk about this the rest of your lives. Have a good night. And that was the,
That's so good. I mean, bravo. That is A, brilliant in the moment, and B, better. Yes, it kind of is. I have a problem with confabs,
Ugh,
but I think confabs you have to be really careful. It can't be too much stuff. It can't be
no.
too much that the people go, I don't know how that got written on there.
Well, it's the same thing as the newspaper. No, like my family wasn't like, how did the pieces go back together?
Right. No,
It
you're
was,
exactly right.
where's the extra paper? Like as a
I have a
con
similar thing going on in my tour right now, and I try to keep just enough that it's like, wait, how was that written before the show? But if it's
yeah,
like Sandy and seed 23B, who's going to say Alaska with a palm tree and a giant hat made of rutabagas, then it's like,
yeah,
okay, how did he get it
too
written on
perfect,
there?
too
Yeah,
perfect. Because
yeah,
yeah, too perfect theory is always so interesting because it's like a hurdle you run into with a lot of tricks, especially prediction tricks, because if it's too perfect, the trick changes to how did he get that paper in there, or
totally.
was that person in on it, or talked to
Yeah,
beforehand?
yeah.
It would be, have you ever seen a really good confabulation routine where it's all forces? Or probably not. Like,
No, not all. No,
because
no.
you wouldn't, I mean, you wouldn't want to do that.
I'm
Yeah.
using one of your props in part of my confab.
Ooh, that's
Tickets
cool.
available at michaelcarbonaro.com.
Awesome. Discount code inventing magic.
That's a long
Uh,
one.
um, you know what I like though about I love tricks like that though. Of the pencil through the paper and the ball going through the glass. Like
Yeah,
I love moments and tricks where a smart audience member is like, if he's about to do that.
it's kind of like if someone is, let's say, doing a trapeze act
Hmm.
over like, let's say like a large wooden stage
Hmm.
on the platform, and then they're doing it, you're like, wow, and then they remove the platform to reveal there's all these spikes. Now
Yes.
you're like, oh my God, now he's gonna do it on the same thing we just saw, but with the spikes there.
Yes. So that's an interesting change because yeah, it's like danger and like just introducing a new ingredient after establishing something that I mean, could either be unimpressive or, I mean, it'd be interesting to do something really impressive, which is the trapeze situation. It's like, wow, that was
Right.
really neat. And then new ingredient. Oh man, like if you can
Yeah.
do the same. What's interesting about the trapeze is it's literally just doing the exact same thing you just saw,
Yeah.
only with more intense consequences. That's an interesting premise. It's like I'm going to show you something magically. Oh, that's a cool trick. And then introduce a new equation where it's like, oh, geez.
Right. And now with one hand behind my back. I mean, and
Right.
now blindfolded.
Well, that's something I'm always intrigued by too. Like you were saying, there's a fine line with like confab because it can't get too perfect.
Yeah.
With consequences for danger magic, I'm the same way because there's a line where it's like unbelievable that you would potentially risk that.
Sure.
So I'm immediately like, well, it's got to be fake.
Like a
Or
fire straitjacket.
it's like either it's got to be fake or you're an idiot for really trying that. I'm
Yeah.
really interested by believable, scary outcomes, you know.
Like what?
This is a bad example, but and I love playing at the Comedy Magic Club in Hermosa
Yeah.
Beach because like I'll put the worst ideas up on stage. And Richard, you know Richard, do you do Comedy Magic Club?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So Richard's just like so nice to be like, you can try whatever you want. Like, and whenever I bomb there, he's like, that's all right. Um,
Well, that's so good.
I did a thing
I did that.
there.
I did that at Black Rabbit Rose.
Nice. You gotta have a bomb spot.
I dropped a lot of floating roses at Black Rabbit Rose.
The dropped rose.
It was the dropped rose.
I broke a lot of threads at Black Rabbit.
Oh.
It was like I was battling this, and I was like, "What's a believable outcome?" And my whole thing was like allergic reaction for me, because I do have a lot of
Oh.
allergies,
Yes.
and I tried a bunch of different ones where like the potential outcome could be I accidentally dump peanuts into my mouth, which would like not kill me, but would be like really uncomfortable. So I
Yeah.
felt like it was a
That's
believable.
tough because now that you've set that up, I, as an audience member, and probably all of my fellow audience members, only want to see those peanuts in your mouth now.
That's so unfortunate. And that's probably why I only did it once.
Well, no, no, not like we want you to die,
Yeah,
but it's like there's almost like like we kind of want to see. I guess that's why like hanging from the straitjacket, burning fire works when the rope starts to go and you get that. Oh my God, it's falling! Oh God, no, he's not falling yet.
ooh. So wait, here's a weird pitch. This is not the trick we're working on. I'm just saying, then is it theoretically a better trick where like I had two tin cans and I say one of these cans has nuts in it, has like peanuts.
Okay.
Pick one that I should dump into my mouth. Like they've been mixed or swirled around, lazy Susan, whatever. This one, I'll dump this one in my mouth. You see the peanuts like fall, and I'm like, you know, and then this one you dump, and there's like razor blades or something. So it's like, so you establish this is the bad outcome, whether one of these is a bad outcome,
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
and then you get the bad outcome, but what you don't
Yes,
realize is there was a worse one.
that's very cool.
Because it's kind of like that. Have you seen those viral reels where like they shuffle the cups and they're like the kid's told to pick one and they open it and there's a dollar and they get excited and
Oh,
then you
right.
lift the other cup and there's like $1,000. It's kind of like
It is kind of like that.
you think you won, but you could have won so much more.
Yeah,
So the opposite would be everyone thinks you messed up, but you could have messed up so much worse.
that's pretty cool.
Like a non-allergy version would be like I have two cups. One of these cups has water in it. Tell me
Yeah,
which one I should dump on my head. And it's like this
yeah,
one, and you get water on your head, and everybody's like, ha ha ha. You're like, well, you didn't, razor blades. Or it's like,
yeah, 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 yeah.
that's kind of nice.
That's pretty good. It reminds me of an effect Kevin Dunn that I met at mystery school. He did it with uh, a roulette, a lazy Susan,
Hmm.
and he put all of these cups of root beer on it, and he dropped acid. He showed it was real by like putting it on a coin, it sizzled, and he poured acid into one of the cups, and they just spun all the cups around and asked which one he should drink. And I don't even remember how it all went down to the end, but I just do remember that they point to one, and he goes, puts it up to his mouth, and he's like, "I hate root beer," and everyone's like,
That's
"Oh."
so funny.
It was really, really funny.
That makes
Uh,
me think of, I
but I
can't
don't,
remember.
again, like the little child with the ball in the glass. I don't remember what happened after that.
You
Like
just
that
remember
was the
your favorite
part of the
part.
trick that was the most exciting. Was the moment I thought the peanuts fell in his the proverbial peanuts fell in his mouth.
Right. But that's such an interesting point that like you as an audience member, you want a twisted part of you wants to kind of see the
Right.
the bad outcome. Well, now,
Right. It's sort of like the ball. You throw the ball to try and get the person to fall. The dunk tank.
mm-hmm.
No one's
Yeah.
happy if the person doesn't fall in the dunk tank.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. So
yay.
how do you give the audience both things?
Well, I think you said it. I mean,
Another version of this, I can't remember who I saw doing this, but they had a Lazy Susan. They had like five paper bag or five styrofoam cups face down, and then they had a spike
Sure.
put it over the thing, and they said spin it. So now there's six,
Spin
right?
it.
Spin it.
Yeah.
There's six of them. It was like, tell me which one I should, go down, like hit. They pointed, slam, right? And there was
Yeah.
this moment watching it like, oh, is he gonna do this four more times? And in that moment, he was like, no, and took all of the cups off, and they were all had spikes in them except for that one.
Oh, that's fun.
That was a fun twist
That is a
because
fun
it was
twist.
like it expedited the process.
I have a little stitch. Wait, I don't know if you
Yeah.
can see it. A little stitch on my hand from the one time I thought it would be cool to do the. I can't really see it here. There's
Dude.
one stitch, but I did slam my hand. Oh, you can kind of see it.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
yeah,
slammed
yeah.
my hand down on a knife in a paper bag. It's it was so cool. Someone came up and they were the murderer. And, I was talking about like police psychics, and I would get blindfolded, and then they put the knife on top of one of four stools. So it like filled the stage. They put the bags on top. Then after I took the blindfold off, I took their ring and I'm like going to use it. Like, they would do something called reflex reading, and I would go through and I'm like, the first thing you need to do is not find where the murder weapon is, but where it isn't. Slam! Ah, knife in my hand. And it was like, it stuck to my hand and like came out. So it went in just a little bit. And I just kind of held it up like, that's the trick. Like, I found it. Like, even though it didn't make sense with the words that I just said, it was like, he just found the knife.
So now he knows where the
And then
knife
I was
is.
bleeding and I like held my finger over it was at the some Long Island show for the like the Suffolk County Police something,
Yeah.
and I had to like hold my finger over the bleeding hand so that I could make my $200 or whatever it was. But like, we had a flawless system. It was me and an assistant, and it was cute. It was when she started the music in my script, I would know. Like, are you finished? If the music came in, dong. Are you finished? Yes. I will remove the blindfold. Dong. If the music came in,
That's
then it
not
was two.
foolproof. That's
But
so
wait,
scary.
no, first we got the number. Then
Oh,
I confirmed the number by which way I would hold my arms. Like I received two means I crossed my arms, right? And she would signal me if that was wrong.
dude.
So I heard three, I received three, I gave the arm gesture for three, three is confirmed, one, two, three, and I stabbed it because there's a difference between one, two, three, and one, two, three.
Oh, dude, that gives me bad
From
heebie-jeebies.
the POV, yeah. So that was like, you know what? And then after doing that once, I was like, unless I actually develop X-ray vision, I will never do that trick again.
Yeah,
I
or
would
like
need to see the knife.
or the ones I've worked on, it's always like I love the methods where there's zero risk. It's like either they're all fake
Right.
or they're all real but like laid down.
Yep.
So, there's zero risk involved. Have you seen Blaine's show in Vegas
Yeah.
where he puts it through? Is he still doing that?
I don't remember. Did he put a spike through his hand?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
the concept is kind of what we're touching on. He does a roulette routine.
Oh no.
He does a roulette routine and it works. And then I'm paraphrasing horribly, but the point of the premise is he's like he finishes and everybody claps. He's like, here's the problem. Anytime anyone sees this trick, you want to see the
Oh,
thing go through the hand.
yeah.
And then he just puts it, but he
Yeah.
he, he strategically puts it through,
Right.
like medically.
There you
But
go. Well, that solves the scenario we've pitched. So
yeah, he's kind of like he came
it's
up with
all been done. He's done it. It's
yeah.
been done.
But that's a great solution too. But I like playing on the expectations. Is there any way of combining these two things we're talking about? It's like the ball throwing. I'll just keep going back to that. Like
Right.
you see a you see a sheet of glass,
Yeah.
or not? No, that's not there. So you have a ball.
Yeah.
You're throwing it back and forth. Really, really cool. Now you introduce a sheet of glass, right?
Yeah.
And you cover it. And now people are like, oh, if he's able to throw that ball through that glass, I'm gonna lose it. And then you go to do it and it just bounces off. But then you remove the cover and it's a sheet of wood now. Or it's like,
Oh, right.
am I combining too many things to where it's like, Does that
I
make
see what you're
sense?
saying. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I just love playing off expectations. I wrote this one trick once that was horrible. It was like I called it the roller coaster trick, where it
Okay.
was like you sir in the front row, name any fruit. And then I said,
Michael
I'm going to take
Corleone.
you on a roller coaster. This is what I said. So I said,
Okay.
name any fruit. He said banana. I and I was like, oh, and I turned the sheet over and it was a barcode. And I was like, for banana. And I said, but wait. And I tipped it and
Ah,
it did say banana. And then everyone was like, whoa. And I was like,
right.
but sir, have we ever met before? And the guy's like, yes. And I'm like, oh, did I tell you when did we meet? And the guy's like, you told me to say banana before the show. And I'm like, oh. So like I wanted to write
Oh,
a trick that like you oh. Oh.
oh, that's pretty cool. But did and then what happened
I
next,
can't
Blake?
remember. This was like 10 years ago, but I did have
Yeah,
one more. There was one
yeah.
more because I didn't want to end on
This
a
is the show about not remembering how tricks end.
dude. I remember when
I
I
mean that
start
there is something to that too. Like you know how Zabrecki does the play upon the like box that's there the entire show,
one of my
and then
favorite
yeah, and he
things
just
I've
never opens it
ever
and runs out
seen.
with it.
This
That's
is
like what you
not
did with your
yours.
envelope on accident.
Oh my
Uh,
God. I think I'd heard a story, this could have just been made up, about Banachek bluffing the ending of a lottery trick once. This is just a
okay.
story. Like he'd done a whole show and then the lottery prediction at the end was wrong. And instead of admitting it was wrong, he just miscalled them all and then bowed and the audience went nuts because it was too much to keep track of. And like that story, I think, stuck in the back of my head as like maybe with the ultimate level of confidence you can get out of anything.
Hmm.
Like you with the knife stab, like, and now I know where the knife is. It's like if you can confidently roll through any outcome, it's almost like if an audience member is confused, they feel like it's their fault. Like, oh, I'm sure
That's not bad.
I must have missed something because
Yeah.
like everyone else is clapping.
Yeah.
We're at about the halfway mark. This is
Uh-oh.
great. I really like the two things I like the most, and tell me we can just start keep talking about random stuff. I love the concept of like playing off expectations
Yeah. Yeah.
in some way, shape, or form.
I do. I do too.
Yeah. And
So the roller coaster, is that a theory that you play with and use, or is that because that seems part of this?
no, what do you mean?
Well, that I mean, it could just be a one, two, three expectations, or it could be, like you said, a roller coaster of expectations where the audience leaves never remembering how the trick ended.
Oh my God, that's a funny premise. Like I'm gonna do a
I'm
trick
sure
that
that happens when it's not supposed to happen all the time.
unintentionally all the time. I want you to leave
They
not
only remember
knowing.
how they made you, how you made them feel.
That's almost like,
Bored.
have you seen those tricks with like the double talk? Someone can say a full sentence and not say anything. Have you
Oh
seen?
yeah. Yeah, yeah, like professional people who can do that.
So cool.
Really cool.
Um, that's a funny premise for a magic trick where you like but
Yeah.
you'd have to set it up so people understood this is what you're about to attempt to do. I'm about to show you something so impressive and yet nothing will ever happen. Like that's the concept.
Yeah.
And
It
then
makes me think a little bit about like the Invisible Man, where it's like, can you get one person who does, like, if the audience knew you were going to do that to this
yeah,
person, watch how this person agrees with me, and I'm
yeah,
going to say words that make no sense. I mean,
yeah,
that happens a lot with children too. If you just
yeah.
like lead them to say yes to like a really long, stupid sentence that makes no sense, they'll just say yes, and that's always funny.
I love that. I also love like playing off of the expectations of tricks, like commonly known tricks. I
Yeah.
can't get this out of my head. Tyler Wilson did one of the greatest things I ever saw. Do you know who that is? Like that
No.
magician out of Canada. Amazing close-up performer, comedian guy. He did the close-up gallery and he had a dollar bill early in his set. It was like 20-minute set. Had a dollar bill signed or the corner or something. Like it vanished. And then
Okay.
towards the end of his set, he was like, "Oh, we're running out of time." And he just pulled a lime out and threw it at the guy and was like, "Open that later. You'll be surprised." And then like kept going. And I'm like, that is the
Oh, that's really
funny.
good.
That's the funniest. Like there was,
Yeah.
I don't remember how I just remember him grabbing a lime and
Yeah.
chucking it at the guy and being like, "Cut that open later at the
That sounds
bar."
very like Amazing Jonathan
Yes. Yeah.
style.
But there are certain tricks where like, I mean, even if you don't know the trick, like you just
Yeah.
seeing the guy go like this already gave you the expectation of the
Yeah.
trick.
I mean, okay, so like what if you just had a magic act that was all of the tricks that everyone thinks they've seen before, but none of them are the same? Like you come out with the rings and you cling the two rings together and then they just like float up away, you know?
I love that. I've jammed like that before. I the what made me think of is the linking rings. For a while, my opener at comedy clubs was I would come out with two rings. And
Yeah.
I would say the Chinese linking rings, and I would about to do it and be like, no one seems into this. And I was like, all right, the Chinese linking squares, and they were
Ah,
the rings to squares, and I was like, still nobody. Okay, and like, but
yeah, yeah.
there's also the this trick,
That's
like,
going to be great for the audio listeners. Like,
thank you, really good. The point
I
I
don't even
warned
know
you
what trick it
about,
is. I'm watching you and I don't know what you're talking about.
I touching my thumbs and index fingers together to make two
Yes.
rings. I'm placing them behind my head, and then when
Oh,
I
and
come
linking.
forward, they are linked.
Ah,
I for a while I was jamming on how do I take the tricks that everyone comes up to me jokingly showing me and make them a
yeah.
real trick. I figured out how to do this with super glue.
Oh,
So
that's fun.
that's a fun one. But
Oh, that's
like
almost like or the duct tape, you know,
yes,
the electrical tape over the fingertips.
yes. But I love the idea of playing off expectations of like famous premises too. That's cool. Chinese linking
Well, okay,
rings.
so like the torn in wouldn't be restored, would it?
Uh I had a pipe dream trick once that I don't have a method for. And it was newspaper, right?
Yeah.
Crumple it up and say name a celebrity that like if
Okay.
you saw their silhouette you would recognize them and name one.
Um, Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson. So tear, 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 like Edward
Yeah.
Scissorhands amount of things are falling to the ground, and
Yeah.
then you open the newspaper and there's just a hole, and it's like and then you look down at the ground and the pieces fell into the silhouette of Mike Tyson.
Okay, that's rad.
Really rad. Like
Yeah.
I have no idea how to do that.
That's a very difficult one to do because, okay, if you're using a camera, or I'm thinking on stage, you know, on stage you could do that with a camera, but then no one's going to believe it. So you'd almost have to have like a mirror,
Oh
an
yeah.
actual mirror to tip down and show them really.
Yeah.
Uh, but if you were in a room, gosh,
I don't know.
boy, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
there's got to be some misdirect where you can do that.
there's probably a version of it for every situation. There's probably a TV version. There's
Right, right,
probably
right.
a stage version. I've just never done it. It's always been in the pipe
But I,
dream notebook.
yeah, it's going to be tough to do at the Easter breakfast with the Easter bunny. It's not going to just like go in your bag and ready to go.
Yeah. I mean, that
That's
would
really
be
cool though. I know because I was thinking too, like what about tearing up the newspaper and eating the pieces and then regurgitating the
that's cool.
at least the name of this show is like at least it's different. At least it's not what you thought it was gonna be.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Bet you didn't see that coming. Uh, what if I've seen what's the newspaper? I've seen the newspaper trick before where like someone's torn it and then when they put it back together, it's back together but with tape along.
Right. That's
That's
funny.
funny because it's a little bit like you immediately know what you're about to see, and then oh, it's
Yeah,
different.
yeah.
That in a close-up form would be funny. Like borrowing someone's, this has probably been done. Borrowing someone's bill tearing it, restore, and now it's got like black electrical tape on it, and then you peel the black electrical tape off.
Oh, that's cool.
That's probably been done.
That, yeah, probably.
But playing off,
Who fixes a bill with electrical tape these days? Electricians.
what's
You
the
can do the
most
Chinese linking rings where you turn Chinese. No, you can't do that.
I I did that trick on Fool Us, and I think I
What
was
trick?
working. I did the linking rings joke
Yeah,
where they turned into
yeah,
squares just as my walking out on Fool Us,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
I did torn and linked bill as my real trick.
yeah,
But as an intro, I came out with the linking rings and did the squares joke just to do a
yeah.
trick off the bat. And Dan White was helping me with the routine, and he gave me a very good note, which I was like, can I say Chinese linking rings? Or like, I don't want to be,
Sure. Yeah.
not sensitive to anybody. Like, I think they are, it was a trick from China. So,
I'm not sure because you know that Chinese used to be like a phrase that meant like puzzling or confusing. Like
uh, so
that
I
was a little
couldn't,
derogatory. Like, what is
I,
it? What is this Chinese? So like the rings, I don't know. What are they? Chinese?
I couldn't figure
I
out
don't
what
know. I'm making that, but who knows if they maybe they came from China. Somebody call
I was being just
Noah.
overly, yes, I was just being overly cautious.
Sure, you should. You have
And
to.
during the dress, they played the most Oriental
Oh
Chinese
boy.
music as I walked out. And the note was you either get the music or the line. You don't get both. Like you
Oh,
can't.
that's nice. That's
And that
nice.
was a good note. And we went with the
Yeah.
music because then I didn't have to say anything. It was just like
Yeah.
the linking rings. Yeah, good note.
Oh,
I
you
don't
went with the
know.
music?
I think
Dude.
so. It wasn't like offensive. It was like more like formal.
Yeah.
It felt like, oh, you were about
Yeah.
to see a manip act type
Sure.
music. And then
Yes.
you went with the offensive?
You went with the offensive one.
Sorry,
Okay.
tangent. Um,
So wait, in this, do we have to like have we have to have a trick and a method and everything?
no, no. We
Oh,
just have to talk about something and then theoretic
we didn't land on something. I mean, except for the regurgitated. Regurgitated's interesting.
yeah,
Swallowing and regurgitating the pieces.
yeah. I do a
Blaine's not
trick.
doing that
I do a
because
trick.
that starts to turn strangely believable.
Yeah, if you swallowed it and brought it back up. I mean, that's the needles and razor
Right.
like
It's like the needles. Yes.
I'm always shocked at how when I see needles, I think, where were they? And I've talked to like, how did they switch the string and
Oh
needles
yeah.
for the thing? I'm thinking that line. And I've spoken to really smart people who aren't magicians after they've seen something
Yeah.
like that. And they're like, how did he get the string? Like it's
Wow.
just on the edge of believable.
Wow.
But
Wow.
regurgitating something I like. I do a trick where I eat the corner of a card and then I bring the corner back. And that took like a 2 year break from like 2020 to 2022. I didn't put the cards in my mouth, but it's back. Like I do that trick all the time again.
Yeah, I'm spitting on people again. Um, ha, ha,
I like
ha.
regurgitation. I like just playing off the expectations.
I do
Um,
too, but I also think there's this interesting theme about because we mentioned Blaine, who's
yeah,
really doing things, and
yeah,
Glenn's really doing things with like card tricks,
yeah,
and it makes people believe more in his card tricks.
yeah,
And I think that like and then I'm thinking back to your family, what knowing that there's two. It's like how do you make it so they're not knowing it's two? And then we talked about my show where what would be the plausibility of what is this new spray substance gel that I could rip a bill in half, hold it, and if I dip it into this new gel and rub the gel across the seam, it heals it much the same way human skin, heals over time. It's speed healing.
that's such a great point you bring up because with your show, you walk a fine line between, but what was so great about it being hidden camera and the people at home watching, knowing that you're doing tricks, is I would be worried that if you were too convincing, then you get no reaction. But sometimes some of the funniest ones were when you did clearly a trick and the people
Yeah.
were like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." Like,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
But like you don't want that with the whole audience, I guess. You don't want to be on
No.
stage
Yeah.
doing something where you regurgitate and the entire audience is like, "Oh, cool. That just happens. Got it."
The
You,
kid's using his stomach acids to put it back together.
yeah,
I seen this
you
on
need
Discovery Channel.
you need like your show is so perfect because it's like you're watching the one person have that feeling where you're at home and like, how does he not know this is a trick? Like
Right. And then still the person at home not knowing how it's
how
done,
it
which
works.
is fun.
Right. That's
But David Regal, who was the mega sorcerer king behind the Carbonaro effect with me, he used to say, and it was really interesting, he's like, the show would not suffer if we showed everything how it was done.
that's a
He goes, it
great
would be a
point.
different show. It was just what's the choice? The choice is because sometimes, like when I first started on the Tonight Show, we would do the thing where someone would come into the store and I'd be standing there. I'd drop something, and when they go to pick it up, I'd duck down and Handsome Jack would pop up, and then they're like, "Am I on drug?" That's not the guy that was just there. But
Right.
the whole crowd saw the switch, and that was what was funny about it. It's like the balls over the head.
Right.
So it's one of those things. And then we used to do these things where, a lot of times I would like do a lot of, lap ditching and stealing things from under the counter. And like we would, there was this like clever moment where it would be uh I'm trying to think like I'd have this in my hand and then it was about having this thing and then this would just duck out of frame for a second to be able to do a switch and then I'd like bring it back in. And then we did some early where we kept that shot because it was really pretty. It was like a nice magic move. But then people on YouTube were like, he's dipping his hand under the thing and that's when he switched. So then we would like not show that and then they're like, he's cutting the moment when he's and you're like, oh, all right, I don't know. Well,
Whoa,
it's definitely I'm definitely not really a sorcerer, but
what a battle. You
yeah,
can't
because some of
please.
them were really elegant. It was like really fun to watch the misdirect of that. And if you knew, you knew. And it's like, does it add to that? But it was a weird thing because I guess people, I don't know, people get so angry because what is it? They really want to believe in magic. And then if they think they know how it's done, they're mad that it's not really magic. I don't know.
That's why I love the sucker tricks or like tricks where you do the trick, you
Yeah.
say you're explaining it, and then you get one more.
Yeah.
I love that premise. I did
Yeah.
that with the newspaper trick for a long time, talking about how that used to fool my family. And
Oh, yeah.
so I would do it and I would say, the thing is, they all knew, they just didn't know where it was, and I'd show it and then that one would go back together too.
Oh,
So
there you
like,
go. Yeah.
so you kind of get both. I also
Oh,
love,
right. Like the torn napkin teaching and then
hmm
that's lovely. Like that's a beautiful poem.
I love that. I love paper balls over the head. I had a version where someone doing a trick with someone at a table, they close their eyes while they're hypnotized, and my assistant would run on stage and crawl under the table. And then the whole trick was happening because my assistant was signaling me. And then the kicker was I whipped the sheet away and there was no assistant. So
That's so
like
great.
I love
That's great.
I love that. Is there a close-up version of that? I mean, you just said it, the napkin trick. You know,
Right. The napkin trick is that.
you tear it, put it back together,
Right.
then go to teach them, and then at the end you show them that trick.
Yeah, that's really pretty. And I don't know if I guess it could fall under the umbrella of sucker, but that's like you got to be careful with that. Because it's funny because like when you do the like let's say a die box for
Mhm.
children and you're sliding it and they're screaming like it's over there and then sliding and it's screaming it's over there is different than walking through and I'm thinking of like I think Lance Burton doing it on TV like when he did the napkin. It was so elegant and it wasn't
Yeah.
like it was a sucker trick. It was more like he taught me how to do it, but then he was able to actually restore them. It wasn't
Yeah.
like, oh, he got me. I mean, yeah, I guess he did get me. It's so I don't know what it is. There's something about the all in kindness, the
Yeah.
like. the elegance of it. Because that when Lance does it with the napkin, you actually do get this extra moment of like, did it really restore? Like
Yeah.
you're falling off the cliff there.
Yeah. But that just comes down to how you present it, I feel like. Because,
It's true, but maybe technically by showing like back to the family knowing it has to be two, it's like we know the only way this could work is by hiding the thing in there. And now he's showing how it's done and everything's so clean that when that one's restored, it's just the only way it could have worked was the way he showed us. But now that that one's restored, it couldn't possibly have worked that same way.
hmm,
So
that's
pulling the rug
cool.
out,
What is
which is
there
a funny
a,
expression.
I love that.
Does it like come from? Did people used to do that? Was that like a defense mechanism? Pull the rug out. Okay.
Now,
Run. Uh,
uh, I love that. Is there a cool like magazine version of that where it's like the $100 bill trick where you walk up to someone and you're like, "Do you have a one? Let me show you something." And then you fold it, fold it, fold it. When you unfold it, it's 100. And then you say, "Now I'm just gonna be honest with you. Like, I've got a there's an
oh,
extra
right.
one. There's an extra one." Either you show your thumb
Yeah.
or you're like, I still have the one. This is
Yeah.
my 100. And then you're like, the only way this is really impressive. And then you unfold the one and you've got $200 bills.
That's great. That's great.
That's kind of cool.
That's really cool. Yeah, the thumb would maybe be too clunky.
I feel like
It's still
if
not
you,
going to beat the napkin though. The napkin's so good.
napkin's so good.
I'm going to put the napkin in my show. I forgot about that. The napkin's
Napkin's
great.
so good.
Napkin.
What's
All you need is three napkins. Two, three.
three?
Gets costly. You got to use three every show.
Oh my God. I love the napkin. Is there I mean, napkins is there anything we can add to the napkin that's not, I mean, the napkin's perfect.
Well, the napkin is already perfect. Let's not destroy it. Let's think about like what is another trick that everyone does?
Yeah.
Maybe too many, too much. Oil and water.
Yep. I like oil and water.
They actually turn into oil and water at the end.
I love the $1 bill because if you're ever how often do you perform magic a lot like in your daily life or when you're hanging out with
No,
people? Just on stage.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. But like
Really?
I think
Oh, I
so.
thought you were one of like the I always envy. I kind of wish I was. And I've got like a closet full of stuff that I'm like, I'm gonna get some of these and work on them because then they'll be the tricks I could do out when I'm just like, hanging
Well,
around.
the
And
only
I just
tricks I have on me that I do out and about are the ones where I'm obsessed with the premise of like someone asking me, be like, I don't do that, but you have something on you, and be like, but if I did, like, let me just like, so
it would look
uh,
like this. Tina zigzag comes out.
it would be like, do you have a? I don't have anything on me. Do you have a $1 bill? I'll show you a classic. Like, let me see a one, and they hand you a one, and you fold it, you fold it, you fold it, you fold it, you fold it. And then like you already in that moment, you get people, we're talking about expectations and stuff. You would get people to be like, if that's 100, I'm gonna lose it, which is kind of a cool moment.
Right. And what did it become 100?
I don't remember.
I go to the arm twister like if I have to do.
I like that.
That's a great one.
I'm saying, uh, is that one like where you like
Wait,
here's a
are you
dumb
saying like actually don't do it?
no, I'm just saying I
No.
made that up just now. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
if you borrowed it, like here's a dumb version. If you borrowed a one, right?
Yeah,
You fold, and
yeah,
then you unfolded it and it turned into 100, right? And you're
yeah.
like, but everybody knows how this works. This is a double-sided bill, and you just showed both sides, and one side is a one, and the other side is 100, and you just gave it to them, and that was the end of the trick. So
Oh,
what?
and it's the bill they gave you?
Yeah, but
Well,
like
right. Yeah, yeah.
it'd be cool if
It
you
would be
just
cool.
if you
That's
took
very
a
cool.
if you
Probably
took
get
a
arrested for printing those, but yeah.
I mean like if you took a movie prop 100, like
Yeah.
a movie
Yeah,
prop
yeah.
100 and glued it to a one,
Yeah.
Or even funnier is you print out a 1 and 100 that's clearly fake.
Yeah.
You print it out in your printer, make it a 100, load it into your thumb tip or do your favorite bill switch,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you say, "Watch this. One
Yeah.
turns into 100, but it's just this
Yeah.
is you knew this, right? You knew this was what I was doing." And then you give it to
Yeah.
them to keep. That's kind of fun.
Thanks for being in on it with me and passing this one over. Everyone
Don't
was fooled. And that guy's like, "What?" But seriously, you should make a note. You really can't print bills like that though. You
It's really hard. Printers won't let you print anything that
Yeah,
even
yeah.
looks
So
like you.
don't tell our genie readers to like counterfeit.
So difficult.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying
But
is like
so there's something the same thing with like what about taking out a deck of cards? It's like you ever go to kids do this all the time. And it's kind of beautiful. You take out a deck of cards in front of kids and they go, "Oh, I know this one."
I've seen this.
It's so good.
Love it, love to hate it.
But then, you know, it's a bird. It's not
Yeah.
cards. Like what's the oh, you've seen this one? You little shit. And then it turns to something else.
That's cool. That's funny if you like carry I've seen like this you pull out a deck of cards and then you pull out a rope. Like the playing off the expectations of you're about to see a card trick is really funny. Like
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
uh well I mean this now I'm thinking of like name a card and then my head goes to what you're working on, which I won't say. So it's like that's really good. I won't even get
Right. No,
near
that is in that world. It's
I
the
won't
same
even get
world.
near that. But I'm saying
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
take out a deck of cards, you pull out what looks like a deck, and you say
Yeah.
name any card.
Four
And
of
then
spades.
and then you just crumple it into a ball and you're like, no. Or like, and it's just a printed out deck that
That is really good. But if they shuffle them first, it's even better because now
ooh,
they felt that they're cards.
yes.
And now you've got it in your hand. You're happy with the way they're shuffled. Name any card. Four diamonds? Nope. Crumple, 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 throw. Only to be topped by them picking it up and unfolding it, and it says four diamonds on it.
Yeah. That's cool.
That's cool.
That's like my favorite thing yet.
Yeah. Did you
Because
just check the timer? I saw you sneak.
yeah, I was like,
You're
do
like,
we
do I
have
have time
time?
to make a better one?
No. Do we have time to like I like that one. Three minutes left.
I like that.
Now here's where that gets that I just got goosebumps, man. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but
Oh,
like
wow.
I could see myself doing that to someone
Yeah, I
where
would do
you
that.
you take a deck out,
Yeah.
shuffle it, mix it. Now the everyday version of this is you force a card, right?
Right.
So you force the four of spades
Yeah.
and you say, "Okay, that's your card. You got it?" Now you shuffle. You shuffle, shuffle,
Probably
shuffle.
a good like either the Hindu just peek at one, or if you're
Mhm,
really good at that flip one, so it really
mhm.
feels like a just peek at, now
Yep.
shuffle.
Yep. Now shuffle. So now they're thinking of the four of spades, and you'd have to do a deck switch
Yeah, we got to switch that for whatever this thing is
for the
that you're going to
paper.
make because
Make something out of paper, and
right.
then you say, "Okay, name your card." Four of spades. No. Crumple it. Trick one, like
Yeah.
just tossing in the wadded up thing,
Yeah.
and then trick two. No, but take a look at that, and then
They'll do it probably. It would be even better if you didn't have to tell them to open it.
yo. Well, what that makes me think of 1 minute is like this is a big version of it, but you've seen those like a shell, like imagine a
Right.
shell that looked
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
That was, you know, if you had this,
Yeah.
but you had it like that, so
Oh.
the deck was on top,
Ah.
riffle,
Ah.
riffle, 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 right?
Oh.
That's kind of nice. So
Yeah.
it's there the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you shuffle this half, give
Yeah.
me that half back, give them the same half or something. And
Yeah,
then
because it is a rough moment and there's no the process is done already, so the moment doesn't give you a good misdirect
no.
yet.
But then so this is great though, because I love this as a concept. It doesn't have to get finished. I just love the concept of you just do a deck switch for a shell
Yeah.
of the forced card, and on the inside of the shell is printed that card that you forced. And that gets leveled up on, I would do that on stage
Yeah.
borderline.
Yeah.
Even if you pre-showed a card and you were like, say the four spades, you
Yeah.
name any card. I've got this deck.
I'm trying to think where you would like. Yeah, you gotta like.
Even if you had that shell, oh, time.
Yeah. Oh, it's
If,
time.
if you had that shell
Yeah.
and you did a cut where you cut the shell from under to on top,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like you have to introduce some other element in some way, and I don't know whether it's, Sandy, you shuffle okay, you peeked at a card, you shuffled a card, you've got the card in your mind. Okay, you're gonna take this marker, and you're like, is there something that I can go, and then I've got the thing, but maybe just get more noise somehow after it's already switched.
What that just made me think of is what if you had the deck out, they were shuffling, and you gave them the box,
Right,
okay? And the box had the shell in it. And you said, put the deck back in the box once it's shuffled and hand me the box. Okay, so
right.
you're thinking of a card, and it looks like you remove the deck from the box, and you're just removing the shell. And
Pretty
you say,
pretty good.
name the
Maybe,
card you're thinking of.
yeah. I wonder if like
But then what you're saying is better because you like my
your
solution.
version, maybe you would almost have to come out. You'd almost have to be able to open the bottom and take it out.
Hmm. Yeah.
And it's interesting because the card box is almost the gimmick. It's like kind of what this thing is. It's like a flat
Yeah. I love this, man.
jumbo.
Jumbo's
Uh,
good.
jumbo
We're
is
that's time though, and I
yeah,
love this trick because selfishly, I would do this. Like
yeah, yeah,
either casually or like part you could do this close up parlor or stage as a quick literally throwaway bit, you know.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's cool.
And it breaks the expectation.
And it does exactly what we've been jamming on for 1 hour, which is you think you know what's going to happen, you get a joke out of it, and then you actually get a better trick.
Yeah,
You're the best, man.
you are.
You are. This is awesome. Thank you for
Yeah, it
doing
was really
this.
fun.
You're the best, Michael Carbonaro. This has been Inventing Magic. Thank you for watching. Thank you,
Happy
Michael.
Easter.
Happy Easter.